Right, I'm afraid to talk about this video, but judging by the writing, I started collecting some very interesting information. My name's Daniel, and the first address I was born at when I was a teenager, when I was a kid, was 24 Conway Crescent. I have 3 brothers. I'm the 4th. There's another 4. Darren, Adam and Lee. All of my brothers, they all have 4 children. Darren has 4, Adam has 4, Lee has 4. There's another 4. When I nearly died on the 24th of December, I fell 4 stories, there's another 4, from the roof of my apartment on Christmas Eve in 2021. I was taken to hospital. Before that, the house where I fell 4 stories was number 4. I was in a coma for 74 days, there's another 4. And then when I got out of hospital, they moved me to an address, number 4. And then the first address when I nearly died was number 4. My first address after the hospital was number 4. Then my third address was number 4. And the 4th address is the one I'm making this video in. I'll show you my door. It's number 4. Do you understand? Like, the 4s are everywhere. Like, even in the planet, north, east, south, west is 4. What do you eat food with? A fork? Right, so my 4th address, number 4 again, is number 4. All 4 addresses have been number 4. And this is where I started investigating it. And I found all these words before I write all these down. Don't know how many it is so far. Forever, before, force, forge. What do you eat food with? A fork. Forsaken, fornication, sex. Forgive me, for sure. What time are you going to be there? Yeah, about 4 for sure. Forbearing, fortitude, for example. I forgot this. Fought, wherefore, foreskin, inform, forward. I ain't going backwards, I'm going forward. Formidable, foreskin, unfortunately. You know, the 4s are everywhere. I just wrote a few there. But even in my life, there are 4s. And the most famous verse in the Bible is John chapter 3, verse 16. I started looking at verses, and this is even atheists know this verse. What's that one? What's that word there? For. It's spelled F-O-R. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I found another one. All things work together for the good. All things work together for the good. Before it come to pass, I tell you what it is, so you will know that I am God. Before things spring forth, I tell you about them. For he is faithful and just to forgive us our trespasses. Forgive me. And then I start looking at words. There are 4 words on my door. Fire, door, keep, shut. And each word has 4 letters. So I started looking at words. Love, 4 letters. Fire, 4 letters. Exit, 4 letters. Book, film, hymn, pray, take, hate, fake, when, face, deep, when, come, Lord, hell, gift, flat, ship, boat, race. There are all these words that have 4 letters in each word. If you try and spell the word for, there are 4 letters in the word for. So I could go further, but everywhere I look, there is a 4. Like, the stuff about my life I was trying to say, which is personal to me, when I nearly died, and my family, and a fork. What do you eat food with? A fork. Even in the Bible, God the Father, 1. God the Son, 2. God the Holy Ghost, 3. And you? That's 4. There's 3 of them and 1 of you. That's 4. So, sorry for I'm informing you about all of these thoughts of mine. You understand? The 4 is everywhere. It's everywhere. Can't even begin to explain how much it is everywhere, but judging by my notes, this one lyric I writ. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow. trouble it has enough sufficient unto the days, the evil thereof. And even in this one, I started looking at, look, I'm 30, coincidence, I'm 34 this year. What year is it? 2024. It's 2024. I'm 34. So I started looking at, I was born in 1990. So I looked at the last 4 generations of my life. 84, 94, 2004, and 2014. I looked at those four years, and the stuff I found, for example, what did I just say? For example, what I found, for example, like songs, movies, games. The most famous GTA game is San Andreas, and that come out in 2004. The most famous Biggie song is "It Was All a Dream. I used to do it Word Up Magazine. Sorry about the idea of my limousine." I forgot the song. Well, I forgot the name of the song, but it's the most famous Biggie song that come out in 1984. What about films? What about Terminator? That was the film which made Arnold Schwarzenegger get famous. Guess what year it come out? 1984. What about Ghostbusters? 1984. What about Nightmare on Elm Street? The guy with knives as fingers? 1984. All these films come out in 1984 that have shaped our generation. There are so many movies, so many songs. Not in 1984, in 1994, in 2004, in 2014. So who knows what's going to happen this year. But anyway, I've got to stop. I could be here for an hour talking about this. So I just always wanted to make a video about it a little bit. But the fools are everywhere. Grace and peace. I forgot to say, I just watched the video back, but even the number 40, right? It don't matter, as long as there's a 4 in there. For example, there's another 4. How long was Jesus in the desert for? There's another 4. 40 days and 40 nights he was in the desert, right? And then I started looking at the Bible about 40, right? And Moses was in Egypt, right? For 40 years. And then he kills an Egyptian, and then he goes into the desert for 40 years, right? And then he comes back to Egypt to get all the Jews out. And then when they cross the Red Sea, Moses and the Jews, he goes on to Mount Sinai, and he's up there for 40 days, right? 40 days, there's a 40 again, and they build the golden calf, and they don't think Moses is coming back. And when the earth was flooded, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. There's all these 40s all over the Bible. And I was in a hospital. They put me in a hospital because I'm not well. They put me in a hospital for not 39 days, not 42 days, not 15 days. For 40 days, they kept me in a hospital. 40 days. Like, as if God's trying to tell me, like, you need to look at this number. And another thing I forgot to say is, right here, the 10 Commandments. Guess what the 4th commandment is? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou do thy labour and all do thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. And thou shalt not do any work. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth and rested on the 7th day. Wherefore, there's a 4, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, Saturday, and he holied it. You know when you say, I'm going on holiday, where did that come from? That come from that commandment. He's holied it, holiday. He's holied it. He's holied that, and he's blessed it. That's the 4th commandment. So maybe God has blessed this number 4. Everywhere I look, like it's just amazing. I forgot to mention that a minute ago. But even if you look at 1984, 94, 2004, you look at the songs that came out that year. You look at the movies that came out that year. It's undeniable that there's something special about this number 4. So, anyway, grace and peace.